I'm the Creepy Kentuckian.
And I'm Uncle Bill.
Hello, folks, and welcome to another edition of DEADPIT DVD Reviews over here on YouTube.
That's right. For you, those of you who don't know, I'm Uncle Bill.
I'm the Creepy Kentuckian, also known as just good old CK.
And this week,
Yeah.
we're going to be discussing an anthology that's very near and dear to both of our hearts. Now, the first one was a classic.
That's right.
Directed by George Romero, with stories and acting by Stephen King.
That's true. It's major shit.
It is. But this one is a little-known gem called Creepshow 2.
It is Creepshow 2. And this one was directed by Michael Gornick, who you may remember was involved in a lot of the backstage, behind-the-scenes stuff in Romero's other films. I think he was assistant editor or something along those lines. But he got to direct this movie, and this is one of the only movies he directed as far as I can remember. But similar to the original Creepshow, you have different chapters, different stories. Now the first story, I believe we see old Chief Woodenhead, isn't that correct? And in this story, you got George Kennedy.
That's right. Yeah. Classic role.
Yeah, who is owner of an old country store out in the middle of the desert. And you first notice him painting the old chief up because the sun's faded out his paint and all this. And as it turns out, the old chief comes alive after he sees George Kennedy and his wife murdered.
That's right.
And he goes to attack.
A group of thugs come into the general store. And for those of you who don't know, one of the thugs is an Indian who's obsessed with his hair.
That's right.
Another one's some kind of slob, and the other one's like really fond of his car. There's all kinds of like characteristics about each of the robbers that come into play later in that episode. But the old Chief Woodenhead is actually like an old wooden cigar Indian that they used to put in general stores.
That's right.
So after these the burglars come in, they actually end up killing those people. Like I said, the chief comes back to life and he hunts each one of them down and kills them in bizarre ways.
Violently.
Yeah, that's right.
And then we go to the second story, which is one of the most memorable of the movie, probably the most memorable, is The Raft, is the name of this one, where a group of young teens, young adults, go off for the weekend to go swimming in a lake. And there's a big wooden raft in the middle of the lake, sort of like a dock, I guess. Mm-hmm. And they all swim out to the raft, and then they all see a mass, looks like a huge shit splurge, if you will, comes towards the raft, and they don't know what it is. They don't want to go out in it, but eventually one of them does, ends up getting eaten by by the little splurge, shit splurge, I don't know what you'd call it.
Yeah, most notably, what I remember about this episode is it scared the fuck out of me when I was a young kid, because it has one scene in it where a guy gets like pulled down through the raft, through like the partitions in the raft, and it's like his leg gets broken in half and like sticks upward as he's going down in the water. And then there's another scene where a woman's asleep on the actual raft and something very violent happens to her, which I thought was another awesome scene.
That's right.
But the ending of that episode is probably one of the most well-known endings of any of those in either anthology, because it's just...
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Great makeup effects in this episode, though, too. Like, there's a scene, like you said, where a little bit of the splurge gets on one of the girls, and slowly it eats away at her skin, it looks like. Yeah. So, really good stuff. The last story, which is...
I've never been able to figure this out. A lot of people hate this
I don't really like it.
I love this one. It's always been one of my favorites. It's just completely cheesy. It's called The Hitchhiker.
Yeah.
It's about, just to give you a brief synopsis, there's not a real great plot to this one. It's about a woman who is traveling cross country, I guess, and she's not paying attention to what she's doing, and she's fumbling around in her car while she's driving. I think she's smoking and doing a bunch of other stuff while she's driving, and she runs over a hitchhiker.
That's right, a black dude in like a raincoat.
And instead of like stopping and helping him or anything, she just drives away.
Yeah.
Well, for the remainder,
hit and run.
Yeah, for the remainder of
big no-no, folks.
the episode, she is stalked.
Haunted.
Yeah, haunted. Yeah, by the hitchhiker. Who's the only thing that I think he says is, thanks for the ride, lady.
Yeah.
And then he like,
and each time she keeps running over him again or something, right?
Yeah.
And he looks
even worse.
Yeah,
too,
makeup effects look really great in it too. And yeah, it seems like the first Creepshow they had what, about 4 or 5 stories.
Let's see, you had Mother's Day, Crate, The Lonesome Death of Geordie Verrill, and They're Creeping Up on You.
Didn't look at 5.
And was there another one?
I don't remember. Anyway, though, there's only 3 in this one, but I thought overall it was a really solid movie, and I can guarantee you it will be a lot better, or it is a lot better than Creepshow 3, which
Yeah.
we were talking about recently on the Dead Pit show, which HBO Home Video is evidently coming out with. And don't support that, folks, because George Romero, Michael Gornick, none of those guys are involved in it.
It's the Doodlesons.
The Doodlesons.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't support them, but we do encourage you to support Creepshow too.
And here's the thing, though. Creepshow, the first Creepshow had like a tie-in that ran all the way through all the episodes with Tom Atkins in it. That was great.
Right.
This one has a tie-in that has Tom Savini playing like a creep character who helps this kid, you know, and who's a big fan
And
of
it
comic books. And
transfers back and forth between a cartoon and
yeah,
real life
and the
too,
actual like makeup
which is
effects,
pretty
which is
cool.
pretty cool. Yeah. So if you haven't ever checked out Creepshow 2, you definitely should check
Creepshow
it
too.
out.
And we need to tell everybody that if you enjoy our commentaries on YouTube and you've never been to DEADPIT.com, you need to come over there, because really great shit happens over there. Such as our great radio show, which a lot of people have, you know, it's often imitated but never duplicated.
Yeah, we are award-winning horror journalists. We have PhDs in horology,
That's right.
and you know,
And
we've
you
got
can,
all the necessary credentials.
and we've got a call-in show where you can call in and talk horror every week. You can call 1-606-658-0185 on Thursdays at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Eastern Standard
You
Time.
need to check that
And
out.
also,
Yeah, by the way, for those of you who don't know,
we've got these great shirts here, okay? DeadPit.com t-shirts. You see how awesome that is? DeadPit.com. That's right.
show them the back too. 'Cause
And-
the back,
yeah, the
the
back
back's
is
the
really
best
good.
part. I feel like
It's raw and uncensored every Friday. And we got these shirts available on the Dead Pit website, on Dead Mart, for only $20. 100% cotton shirts, great quality.
and we've actually got some new ones in stock. I mean, we have a new delivery in stock, so
That's right.
we've got plenty for everybody. You know, just
Come over and
Let us
support
know.
the pit.
all right.
And we'll see you next time when we do the DVD review here on YouTube. But I'm a Crip Kentucky,
And I'm Uncle Bill.
and you can come and check us out every Friday at DeadPit.
.com.